a heads up.
He's feeling
Somebody,
great.
yeah, somebody actually said, "Hey, we're gonna go live," and then we're like, "Oh,
We're gonna go
okay,
live.
yeah." So then we're gonna know when we went live. Oh, look, we're live.
Oh wow,
Yeah, we are. Now
definitely.
we're 20 seconds into the show already.
I know.
I know.
Already.
Already.
The grace is
Man,
Lord. I
how
appreciate it.
time flies, man, with this show. I'm telling you.
It is flying by,
20
right?
minutes is a long time.
It just goes, man.
I know.
And we're on YouTube.
Yes, we're
I mean,
growing.
that is exciting.
Chris, I'm so tired of you.
What?
I'm not prepared.
What? I mean,
You know what?
She wasn't ready.
Alter ego.
Oh, yeah. So I noticed somebody has toys out here a little bit ago. So, I didn't know if maybe we could use Hulk. He says stuff. Here we go.
You have to say,
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Brandy Seymour for watching.
hey.
Hi, Brandy. Look, Hulk, stop it. We're done.
Funny.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Hulk, he's not a part of the founding group. He can't just jump in.
Hey, come on. I put you away. Just
he has to click the link like everybody else.
Everybody.
You can go and turn on your iPad or something. I don't care.
Bernard, you looking youthful. Did you save your facial hair or something?
Yeah, I did actually, as you can see.
The podcast.
This is what soon to be 43 looks like, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be 41 tomorrow, so you know.
Happy birthday.
For real. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Man, I think I'm about to break out in song and really sing.
When's your birthday, Bernard?
My birthday is January 28th.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, we missed that like a long time ago.
Sure did.
So back to my
it's all good though.
Tomorrow. And you said you're going to sing for me?
Yes, I am going to sing for you. Off air though.
Oh, come on. Make it epic and just be all.
Yeah, I mean you can't like tell everybody, oh, I'm gonna sing for you, and then like nobody gets to hear
I know,
it.
right? In private.
Like,
does it count?
Well, I'm not trying to get I'm not trying to get no record deals right now. You know what I'm saying? I got too many things going on right now. So
no, you're right. You're right. I'll take it how I can get it. It's 2020. You can't be 60. Whatever.
You know what I would do if I were you, Shakina? I would just record it.
No, because he has evidence on me that I never want leaked. No, I am not.
I do.
Not no.
Oh, you shouldn't have said anything because apparently he didn't know.
Yes, he did because I said it in the group chat today. So no, I'm going to always play nice with Bernard.
Are you?
I can't. I don't remember.
Good.
I honestly don't.
So what's been good?
What's been good?
What's been good? I love it. I love it.
I had something interesting. You read it on my Facebook page, Shakina, from yesterday.
You have to remind me. You know, I got a bunch of kids.
I know. So I'm working. I'm minding my own business yesterday.
Oh.
I'm having one of those days where, I'm doing my thing. We all get paid to just do our job. And that's all I wanted to do, And it's getting close to the end of the day, and I'm thinking, man, I haven't had a bad day. And then, bam, a nest of wasps out of nowhere attacks my head. I got stung a couple, 2-3 times.
See, you didn't say that on the post. I laughed on the post. I didn't know you got stung.
In here.
Oh, no.
It's like, it was giving me like headaches and stuff. And I'm standing there and I'm like, are we serious? Oh, did this just happen to me? So it's like, as soon as because I batted one away, and I look down and I'm like, oh man, they're wasps.
Boy came for you. Don't be hitting up. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so now I got to run because they can do it more than once.
Did you run for real?
I ran, but then I turned around because I wanted to know where those guys are. Because I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It's close to closing time. But tomorrow, I'm coming back.
Oh, I'm at you.
And it's going to rain terror on your whole community up there in that corner.
Yeah.
And it did in seconds. I mean, I didn't even think about it. I walked up there with a can. My coworker was there, and he said, pointed and he said, "Is that the one?" I went, "Yep." Dead. No questions.
No games.
No
You know,
game.
if any of them survive, they
No
actually
game.
you can't just do stuff like that.
You can't just come up and
Wow.
steal my head. Get out of my head, wasps. It's funny on different levels.
At least your hair is longer right now to cover it up. At least it's not close.
It is, yeah. I mean, I've got bumps like where they did it, like in here. Yeah.
I'm
It was
sorry.
funny though because I only thought they got me a couple of times, and so last night I'm taking a shower and I'm washing my hair, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Ow! Oh crap! There's another sting."
Yeah.
So it's like after
hand sanitizer and paper cuts, you don't know till you. Yep.
you don't know how many happened,
Yep.
So I wouldn't say that that's a great thing that happened to me, but it's a thing.
It's great that you survived.
I did. I survived the
It is
great
good.
wasp attack of
2020
2020.
was trying to come for you, Chris.
It's a good thing they weren't those killer hornets,
Oh
Right.
God.
right?
Yep.
They're
I
still
didn't
out
even think
west.
about that. Oh no.
Yeah, they're in Washington State.
No,
They've got their eyes on us, though. I know they do.
not me.
They're just sitting there going, "Oh man, I am so glad we're in this country. We are going to kill so many people. We're gonna let
Because they don't know how to stay inside.
because they don't know how to stay inside. We're gonna let COVID do its thing. All right, and then guys, these people are ours. We own this
Oh
country.
my gosh.
What was it?
That's
Somebody.
no chill at all.
This is like somebody months ago after the whole killer hornet thing came out. They posted a picture of this rabbit with like these huge sharp teeth, and it said, "Well, the killer. What is it? The kill, death, murder bunnies are actually have been seen swimming across the Pacific Ocean just to get to us, with total hate
Oh,
in
that's
their
hilarious.
I'm so tired.
eyes."
I'm so tired.
And I was
They
just
have no rest.
I was just imagining these bunnies, like just thinking, "I'm gonna kill those guys," just swimming all the way across the Pacific.
They wouldn't last too long. People are getting back to their roots, so somebody would snatch them up and kill them. But that's another subject.
And eat them.
Well,
Eat them.
yeah, that was gonna be my thing. We would figure out how to make them a delicacy.
And I don't even eat meat, but I'm all for helping other people eat well.
There you go.
You ain't eat no rabbit?
No, no,
No kill, murder, death rabbit.
no, no. I'm okay. Not even the nice ones. Nope.
I'd
No
roast.
thanks.
Well,
You guys can have all of them.
I'd have them with roasted vegetables. That's what I could do. Yeah.
sounds good.
No.
So, what about you? What about you, Keena? What's been good with you?
Good? So what's good? I already said tomorrow I will be 41 years old. And I'm so excited. Grateful about that. And then also my journal, my empowerment journal should be published the same day. So that's going to be a great birthday
Nice.
present.
Wow.
For me. Yeah, we've been working on it
Congratulations.
all week. Thank you. We've been working on it all week. Shout out to Leslie. We've been working on it, getting everything just right. So I'm by tomorrow, I think it will be ready and published. And then, I'll be following up with information on how to purchase it and all that good stuff. But that's what's good with me. I am just grateful, and moving forward.
That's cool.
Awesome.
For me, I was outside earlier today and earlier this week getting some more yard work stuff done. So I did a whole lot of cutting down of tree branches.
More trees.
More
By
trees. Just
yourself.
more trees.
By
So,
yourself.
by
yourself.
myself. Yes.
This, Zen chainsaw?
As a man should. No, actually, I was using the little pruner type things. It looks like bolt cutters, but it's like a little hook
Yeah.
thing that you kind of like you'll snap. So I was using
with
that. And it was cool. And then this that's pretty much the highlight of my week. That's interesting enough to share publicly. So with that being said, let's move
I
on
got
to our
some
next
backstage
topic.
stuff too. We can't log off right after the show. I gotta tell y'all some stuff. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's just jump into this real quick. Trucker quits job due to COVID. Not COVID, but due to I-75.
I
Tell
know.
us about that, Chris.
So I don't know if you guys remember this, right after the stay-at-home thing was lifted, and we were on a show, and I looked right in the camera and said, "Hey, could you guys just either not go to work or just not maybe be on I-75, say 6 in the morning until maybe like 7:30? If you could stay out there." Reason being is because 75 gets worse and worse and worse. And we've all heard the stories, right? So now there is a trucker. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a guy whose job it
truck
is.
driver.
He is a truck driver. His job is to drive. It's what he does for a living. Now, unfortunately for him, his job means that he drives that stretch of 75 between Dayton and Cincinnati, which has gotten so bad, he has quit his job driving trucks. When his only job was to be driving. So if that could give anybody a hint, and here's what stuck out from the article. He actually said the words, "I'm surprised that more people aren't being killed every day in that stretch of interstate."
Oh, wow. I didn't know he said that.
Yeah.
But that's true.
Yeah, he's not surprised. He talked a little bit about the things that he's seen there. You know, he's talked about, you know, I've seen, you know, he was equal opportunity to all kinds of drivers. He wasn't just talking about all of us. You know, he was bashing truck drivers too, as a truck driver himself.
Yeah. He's gonna get jumped at a speed.
Yeah, so he was saying stuff like, you know, he's seen other semi trucks like right up behind, you know, another car, just riding their tail. He's seen regular like civilian drivers just weave in and out and almost get themselves killed. You know, he's talking about all this stuff, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, so I see that every day. I unfortunately don't have the luxury to just say, "Welp, I quit."
During COVID, it must be bad when people can't find jobs. He just up and quit his job.
Yeah. So I'm going to make another plea to the good people of Ohio, specifically the southwest region of Ohio that I'm living in. I'm sure there's a better place you could find a job. Maybe that's closer to home, right? I bet you've always wanted it too. We all do, right? You know, if I were you, I'd maybe take some of this extra time we have, maybe look for one. Or just please stay off the interstate. And if you do have to drive, could you put the phone down and just drive? I get it. We're all speeding, but could you not go 100?
I hate to burst your bubble, but if people won't wear masks to save their own lives, they're not going to avoid 75 so that you are not inconvenienced. Sorry.
They're really, no, but that's a good point. They are inconveniencing the heck out of me. Actually, they have inconvenienced a local truck driver to the point where he quit his job. So he was majorly inconvenienced. You know, if you have a guy whose job it is to drive, and all he's saying is that I can't do this anymore because I don't want to die. That's pretty bad. He doesn't want to get killed. He doesn't want to get killed on the interstate. And his thing is that, well, nobody's going to change, so I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go home.
Well,
I quit. That's pretty much what he said. I quit.
And I can't be the only one that has experienced, you know, the mayhem of I-75.
No, of course.
And I don't care what direction you're going. It just doesn't matter. The mayhem is just there. I'd actually like to hear from people.
Yeah,
I would. Like if somebody, I would like to hear some horror stories. Give me your I-75 horror stories because I want to hear them. I want to hear them. I want to hear them. I want to see them. We can discuss them.
Let's have a vent fest right on the line.
Right here, right now.
Oh.
Yes.
You know,
we're waiting for people to comment.
Yeah.
About 75.
75.
You want to talk about Kanye hoping to be
Isn't that weird?
back in the race with the birthday party?
Yeah. What is this about? It's
First, let's back up because we talked about him dropping out and we thought that was really good, right? Like, good job.
Right.
And then he makes an appearance, he makes a comeback.
Yes.
In a very emotional display of buffoonery where he berates a young Black girl who I was so very glad that she got on her own live and told the rest of the story, because I was watching the video and I swear it was a train wreck. Like, he was all over the place. He was talking about, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, Kanye, now I can't even play the music no more. I was with you, and now I can't even listen to your stuff. Because now you just
why not?
Because he back on old Kanye. I think he was trying to get us. He was trying to pull us in.
I didn't.
And then he just put back to this.
I didn't see the video. I didn't see the video of it happen, but I watched that video that you shared.
Mm-hmm. I saw the video where he was having the meltdown. It was crazy.
I mean, I hate to ask. You know what I'm going to ask.
You want to see it.
What I'm going to ask.
You want to see it.
Yes.
Can we get a copy?
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. Can we get a copy? No. This is going to be like a live show. So I'm going to do one of these. Yeah. Can we get a copy of that?
Right.
Can you just,
like there's people behind us. Yeah. Like,
okay. If everybody can just bear with us here. It's going to. Yeah. Kevin. Yeah. Please. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
That's our guy, Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin.
Okay, true.
Kevin back there.
Yeah. He's right
Kevin
on
from
it.
the backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Kev, you are awesome. Thank you.
Good old Kev.
No, man. You were fun at the Christmas party too. I remember you, Kev.
So while you're finding it, we'll set it up. So Kanye was at some event, a rally, I guess, and he was talking, and he was supposed to be talking about his, running for president. Well, true to Kanye, as only he can do it, he began to talk about how his father didn't want him and his mother saved his life because she refused to abort him, and how he almost killed his own daughter. And I mean, it was just like, I wanted to call Iyanla 911, please help him fix his life right now, because he is having a meltdown in what was supposed to be a moment that was supposed to solidify him as a viable candidate. And he just showed up in good old Kanye style. Now, prior to the moment that we'll see with the young Black young lady, he was allowing other people on stage, and apparently he was listening to other people and honoring their questions and their points of view. But when it came to this young Black woman, he ignored her, except for where he tried to hand her entire life before running off the stage. And I have to say, the way he handled it was very Trump-like, which makes me feel like a vote for Kanye will be a vote for baby Trump. I said it, and I meant it. Do we have the clip?
I believe so. I'm pulling it up right now. Just give me a second.
You're not wrong.
I'm not at all.
You're not wrong in that a vote for him is a vote for Trump. Because like I said a couple of weeks ago, a vote for him is a toss away. It's a toss away. It's a vote that could have gone against Trump. But now it's just,
It's like, yeah.
That just means there's one less person, there's one less viable vote. That's all that means.
Okay.
All right, let me see.
I feel like we're having a watch party here.
Right.
Is he wearing a bulletproof vest?
So sorry, guys. Yes, because he's getting ready to talk crazy. I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, I guess if I was a crazy man, I might want to wear a bulletproof vest too. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at the setup picture here. We got an American flag and we got a guy wearing a bulletproof vest. And for some reason, the American flag and a bulletproof vest. I mean, this year, those two things just go together.
Just, you know.
Yeah.
It's so American.
It is.
Oh, you forgot AK-47, so you can't leave that out.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
To go to the grocery store, mind you, not to defend yourself.
Right.
Incidentally, we could talk about that video because I like that video.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on
Like
one
that,
second.
I
I'm
like
gonna
that.
try from another.
Because I did. That video you shared of that guy, I like that. I liked it a lot. I saw nothing wrong. I saw
like it.
absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Are we having technical difficulties?
Well, we are live.
No, I'm just adding another audio.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he
I just
just
want to make sure the audio sounds good.
got you. But yeah, he was just true Kanye, like we talked about. Like, no.
Well, the thing that woman was saying was that when she was up there, she said that he was just saying things that she knew were just not true.
Yes.
So all she was doing was just
fact checking real time.
It didn't sound like she was trying to be overtly nasty about it, but basically
But even if she were, if you want that position, you can't, as we witness all the time, you can't be sensitive and reactive to every negative thing that's said about you. Like that is the
if you're running for president,
for criticism.
Oh yeah.
Like
right.
You're not leadership material. If you can't handle critique, get over it.
That's so true. Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. So
oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. How much of this do you guys want to hear, want to catch?
You just do like the meltdown to where he hands that girl her face.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to hear everything he has to say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can find that part, that portion.
Of my life I can't get back.
Well, tell us how you feel about that.
All right.
So that's a Stephen move. When Harriet Tubman.
Okay.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
You heard a girl? We're leaving.
What is that?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Wow, this is
my
life.
My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
You can hear people in the audience. I don't know why they're applauding. Well, he's trying to play to him. He almost killed his daughter. He keeps saying that. How? Do you guys know what he's referring to there?
I think you may have been talking about possibly aborting her.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
So there's them again.
We can cut it. We can cut it. It's doing some other crazy stuff. But you get the gist. And what's the thing that's really, really sad about that is like seeing it then and then watching now. It's like he needs to be evaluated and he needs some intervention because there was no, he was just all over the place. And I know we make light about stuff and say classic Kanye, but he actually has some stuff going on. And if he has people in his life that love him, at all, they'll help him or, encourage him to seek some help because he's just, he's kind of just flying off the handle. and it's not, it's not funny. It's not funny, but what's even less humorous is that you're trying to run for the highest office in the,
I'm not really sure what kind of display that was.
It was a mental breakdown. He started talking about Harriet. Then he started talking about his dad not wanting him, his mom, and him almost killing his ish. You took yourself out the race with that.
What the thing that I heard about Kanye this week is the one. It was the article that I sent to you guys, where I was shocked that he was running, because last week the big article came out. Oh, his advisors told him not to do it. Do it next time. And then all of a sudden, I get this story where, well, he was too late to get on the ballot in one of the Carolinas. And then I thought, excuse me, what? Well, yeah, it's too late. You realize it's like 100 days till the election, right? I mean, you should have done this a long time ago. And then, he was also too late for like another a northern state, and I don't know which one it was, so I'm not going to say. But I'm thinking to myself, so already he's not on the ballot in 2 states. So that makes me wonder, why are you still running?
Maybe a distraction, maybe attention, maybe I don't know what the point is.
Maybe he's wanting to throw.
Yeah.
We won't talk about him anymore on the show. We won't give him any more attention. How about that? If you're just wasting people's time, there's more important things to discuss.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are we making that promise to our audience?
I
am. I'm not. Only because.
Okay, so when you do the next segment, I'll be quiet. I'll be like this.
No, that would. Every time we talk about Kanye, that's the face. That's it. That's what I want right there. So
I'm gonna keep my word.
Right. We're gonna rehearse it. We're gonna rehearse it.
Okay.
Hey, so Bernard, did you hear what I heard about Kanye?
Yes, I did.
They don't think my stuff froze. I'm gonna sit like that the whole time.
But yeah, but Kanye West is supposed to be dropping his album tonight. So I don't know if like this is all like a publicity stunt for him to try to get more views or what. I have no idea. All I feel at this point right now is like, you know what, when it comes to Kanye, it's good that he has people in his corner that's going to come and see him, like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle jumped on his jet to go see his boy, to see about his boy, to see what's going on, make sure that everything is okay. I believe I heard that Dame Dash or somebody is, went to go visit him as well. And I did look at that and I'm like, you know what? It's good to have people in your corner that when you're going through and you can't help yourself and there's people around you that can't get to you, that you do have some people that is in your corner that's going to do more than just talk about you, that's going to do more than just pray, but they're actually going to put some action behind their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And that's like me jumping in my car to go see about either one of you guys instead of just being like, oh, you having a hard time? Well, I pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what good is that when I have a vehicle to be able to help you out actually and check on you? So that was my silver lining when it came to Kanye and his situation, besides the fact that he's supposed to be dropping some music tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, Kanye, keep putting out music. Stick to that. And we all good.
If I went crazy and had a breakdown on stage like that, I would totally expect the next day to see my name kind of whited out from the Slanted Brow show and say, Chris, no, we don't know that guy.
No.
No, not the first time, Chris. The first time we come see about you and see what's going on. Now, if it became a habit, somebody would, come from the side and tackle you out your chair like fade to black. A lot going on. You're not going to just throw you away like that. Not the
I would, if that happened, I would anticipate you guys showing that video like all the time, like forwards and then backwards, getting tackled, then backwards.
Yes, rewind it in reverse.
And we need sound effects. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We need all of that.
The Hulk tackles him from the side.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nice.
Kanye got his 30 minutes. Next.
He did.
Next. All right. So we have, I guess you could say, let's talk about this whole thing about these gun laws according to the Black community. Now, this is nothing new. Like the Second Amendment right is supposed to be exercisable, if that's a word. I just made it up. Exercisable by all Americans, all people who are in this country. They have that right to be able to have a weapon, unless you lose that right. But it has been proven time and time again that for whatever odd reason, whenever it looks like a Black person happens to have a gun, and they're exercising that right, it looks to be a little bit more dangerous in the eyes of the media.
It's been perceived that way, yes.
Yeah, it has. It has been. It has been. And there was a video that you shared, Keena, right? Was that you that shared the video of the guy who was? I think who was that was shared the video of the guy who was in L.A. and it was talking about having a gun community, Black gun community, and they were just walking around because it's an open carry state, So this guy,
you talking about this? Yeah,
the guy with the AK.
Yes. So he apparently loves AKs. He even had an AK tatted on his rib side. I'm like, yo, he loves his guns. Nothing more American than that. But it's like the news came out.
He could be just a little bit more American if he had a beer in the other hand.
Right. Exactly. If he had a beer in his other hand,
get that man a beer now.
Please. He needs it. But for whatever odd reason, the NRA doesn't necessarily come out to support. They always kind of fall silent. But when they're typically the white American, they get all the support in the world. It's looked upon as being like that's American, and nothing gets better than American pie. But for Black people, it's just a fear factor, and I feel like it's a double standard. I thank God that they're not being ran up on necessarily, because it just would be all out war. But even what was it on the 4th of July? They threatened. They say like we're going to kill some Black people, and they came out and was like, we on your land, we're in your house, and we're going to be here. Where y'all at?
Was that march?
Yeah. What was it? To some monument, like to some racist monument?
And it was hundreds of people in the road marching.
Hashtag we out here.
It was an awesome sight. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It made me want to go get a gun. I don't have a gun. I don't have a CCW, but I am looking into making that happen, making that a reality.
Oh, you
now,
should.
I pray to God I pray to God I never have to use my weapon.
Right.
But I think I would feel a little safer knowing that I can walk around with the weapon at will and can do that legally.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this about CCW real quick. I'm actually almost finished with my training, and my instructor in particular is very big on, shout out to Gene Say, In Too Deep. I am almost finished with my training, but one of the things that he's big on is your why for wanting a gun, and then thinking beyond self-defense. Like there's so many, to make sure that your mindset is not on this, like, you're tense and you're ready to shoot. It's so much more that goes into having a gun. But again, like you say, the perception, oh, you're Black with a gun, you're dangerous, as if our guns are the only ones that shoot. Like, let's not do that.
So I came from a family where I was raised around guns of all kinds. I hunted most all my life with all kinds of guns. Used to really love bow hunting when I got older, loved bows. But when I watch videos like the one that you shared with the guys, stand there with his AK, the thing that occurred to me after watching him and watching all those guys walking, that it looked like they were walking down a highway. Or what was it, July 3rd, when they were walking down the highway? What occurred to me is that I would probably feel safer being around them than being around the other crazies that I keep seeing in the other videos with their big old fake Confederate flags and their, drinking their beers and, yelling all lives matter. And, I mean, that's what struck me is as a typical white guy who grew up around a lot of different kinds of guns and knowing how to use them. Yeah, I feel safer around those guys than I do around the crazies with their little makeshift Confederate flag. And it's true. It's true. I would feel 100% at ease to stand there with a weapon of my own, just to stand there with them and say, yep, we're all pretty safe. In fact, who was it, Vernon? I think it was you that actually said, I'm sorry, it's backwards. You that said that you had noticed how he carried his rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, the barrel was always pointed down. I mean, like he held the gun out, and it was. Matter of fact, I pulled a video up, and you can see.
If you look, I think he has an arm under and is holding it down, and that's actually the correct way to hold a rifle safely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And that's something I noticed too. He wasn't holding it like those crazy standing on the back of the truck, holding it up, like this,
I wanted to say too, it's very important that we know the reason why they showed up like this. They did this in defense of some women who have been continually mistreated in their community by a group of people. So they showed up in numbers, in this large number, as a means of showing support for these women, saying that we are not going to tolerate you disrespecting and dishonoring the women of color that come here to patronize your business. And so they had received numerous reports about this behavior. And so they showed up like, oh, well, we can show you better than we can tell you that these women are not alone. So they weren't just out there, just to be doing it. They showed up, organized, and were making a statement. And I believe they were heard clearly.
Oh, yep. Oh, I know they were heard clearly. And I know there's like, when I saw that, and there he is again, when I saw him, another thing I thought of was, I will bet you my next paycheck, there's not one white dude belonging to any supremacist organization that's going to confront this man. He is scared of this man. The reason that he's going to be scared of this man isn't because he's black with a gun, but he's speaking very clearly. He's speaking distinctively, and he's very specific on the thing that he's not going to tolerate. He's not blaming a race of people. He's looking and saying, these guys right here are harassing, and they get to carry their guns. Well, I do too, and I'm here to defend these women. I'm very specific.
And the other thing that I noticed about him, when there were other people in the group that were wanting to get, they start trying to turn up. He said, "Hold on, calm down. That's not what we're doing."
Yeah,
very organized, and he kept things. I don't know why they're listening to him the way that they are, or why he's the leader, but he's doing a good job at leading and making sure that it was organized and specific, like you said. We're here talking about this one thing. We're not here emotionally charged. we're here addressing an issue. And they showed her. I just feel like he's like, that big brother that you call when people tripping.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Oh, and he will show up.
There's that.
Yes.
I'm grateful for my brothers who I know will show up.
Exactly. Because I mean, that's the type of comfort that I want to be able to have, for myself, and just knowing that I can, walk the streets and not have to worry about, as the guy was saying, being, reactive like how the police are. Because that was one thing he was saying in the speech. He was saying, like police are not here to stop crime. Like they're here to basically to kind of help after the fact the crime has been committed. And I thought about that. I said, wow.
He's right.
I said, I never looked at it like that, but I said, he is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It says, so what do you do in the meantime while you make your phone call? Like, do you just wait and just continue to be, it's like protect you, yourself, and everybody else around you against any form of terrorism. And one time I asked a police officer this question. I said, with there being a law that you can have open carry, and there's a lot of people that are, gangbangers or people who are just living a rough life. They know that they live a life to where people may be after them and they feel like I have to protect myself. I said, is it okay for them to have a gun as long as it's not concealed? And this officer said, yes. He said, the problem is that when they go to hide it, that's the crime, because it's a carry concealed weapon at that point. Wow. But if you're in an open carry state, he said anybody is allowed to have a weapon on them without a license.
Wait a minute. If I can play devil's advocate for a second.
What?
Please do. Yes.
So you're telling me that
and everybody watching.
Yes. That officer said that you, Bernard, if you're walking down the street, you're holding this gun out in the open, or maybe you have it in a holster in your side. Maybe you're out in a t-shirt and maybe you're wearing a shoulder holster, like they do on cop shows. And so maybe you got one right there, right? So that's open.
Right.
And he's okay with that.
Yes.
Now how
backwards is that?
Now the second you take that pistol and you lift the back of your shirt up, and you see, I'm going through the motions because I know. And then you put that back there. And then we've all seen it. And then you put your shirt down, and then you're going. Now, cop sees you do that. Oh, now we got a problem. So I'm going to take that line of thinking. And I'm going to look at all you white women out there who I know are walking around with a pistol in your purse. Is that concealed? Well, the answer should be yes, because I can't see it. I can see Bernard's if he has it in a holster, right? Mm-hmm. But I can't see it if he puts it in the back of his pants and puts a shirt over it. Same dealio with the lady. I mean, she can wear a holster if she wants to. She could just carry it out in the open if she does. But it's in her purse. Riddle me that, Batman.
It's still concealed, and if she doesn't have a license to carry, then she's in the wrong, and she gets tackled just like anybody else would. The end.
Right.
But see, therein lies the big problem, because she doesn't get arrested like everybody else should in that situation, does she?
No.
Nope. Karen gets to get back in her car and drive away.
Speaking of, I haven't seen a lot of Karen videos this week. So maybe we're seeing the decline of the Karen.
Maybe they're getting scared.
Maybe they're tired of getting fired. I haven't been saying. I'm just saying, because Bernard is the silver lining guy. So
he is.
Probably.
He is.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there because you said that the cop didn't like it if it's concealed. Well, I know most women carry, if If they have a firearm, guess where it is?
In their purse.
Yeah, they're not toting it, and they don't have a holster on them somewhere where I can visibly see what kind of mag they're carrying.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right.
It's in the purse.
And you know what?
Concealed.
The other side to that, the other side to that is the fact that if these women were caught in a gunfight or a shootout, then they would not be looked upon as being gangbangers or looked upon as being, they're out there committing crime or they're a criminal. They would be looked upon as someone defending themselves.
Yep.
And that was the other question.
That's why.
Well, yeah, and I did. I asked the police officer this question too. I said, for some of these people, these young men that are caught up in these gang wars, et cetera, the ones that get shot at first, they don't have the right to defend themselves. If that's the purpose of having a gun. And he said, well, a lot of them don't know that they could, if they had a lawyer and not just a rent-a-lawyer, they actually could fight a lot of their cases, because it's not fair and it's not right that the purpose of having a gun is to defend yourself. And if you are out there on the streets or not, doesn't even matter if you're gang banging or not. If you are being fired upon, he was saying that for them to fire back, it is their American right.
Is he okay? Correct.
Okay. Wow. I'm sure he told you all of this off the record, so we won't be.
Oh, he sure did. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Told me this behind closed doors. I was like, yo, because I had to ask them these questions. I was like, because I was just really thinking this thing through, and I was like, there's a double standard out there, I think. Because had it been somebody else who doesn't look like the typical gangbanger, like you said, the woman carrying it in her purse, had she committed those same acts, got caught up in a shootout, they will let her go on sight. They'll be like, thank you, ma'am, I'm sorry this happened to you, go home, get your rest or whatever, we'll contact you in the morning.
Put your dirty gun back in your purse.
As she wipes her tears with her gun, like, thank you so much for understanding. Unbelievable.
She wipes her tears with the smoking barrel of her pistol.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And burns her cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving along. I know you wanted to talk about this, Chris.
Oh, yeah. So here's something that's scary, and I know most of you have heard a little bit about this. So what happened in Portland is the past week, I guess now, a lot of protesters have been snatched up by ununiformed federal officers.
No.
Yep, and taken into unmarked vans.
Oh no!
They're just snatching them off. What this is, it's Trump has sent in federal officers, federal agents, and they're going. That's what they're doing. This is in response to, and some of you may have heard this from a long time ago. Well, not that long ago. It just seems like it. Like right around the 1st of June, when he was saying, all these cities are ran by liberals and they're doing a bad job, and I'm going to have to go in there and I'm just going to have to take care of it for you. Well, that's what he's doing. The mayor of Portland has retaliated, asking him, no, could you please get rid of these federal troops, these federal officers? They're taking people off the streets. They pull up, they open it up. By the way, don't think this isn't happening in Ohio. Yesterday, somebody posted pictures in Columbus of the vans pulling up around the state capitol and snatching up a couple of protesters and driving off with them. And they knew exactly what they were. They were federal officers. They knew exactly what they were. So don't think that this already isn't happening here. But here's the big clincher. Now he's moving it to Chicago. I recently read an article in NPR where they were talking why Portland and then Chicago. Why is he doing? So why didn't he do, if he was going to do this and he threatened to do it in St. Paul, Minneapolis? Why didn't he do it there? Well, the answer The answer is really clear when you look at the demographic of Minneapolis compared to Portland. Guess what race is predominant in Portland? White. White. Because you don't get in trouble, do you, if you do that? That's right. But if you did that in Minneapolis, where the black population is stronger, and you start doing that there, then what do you do to the situation? If you're thinking like him and his administration, you just poured gasoline. Now, he already poured gasoline on the whole thing by doing what he did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything he did was right. The man needs to go away like 4 years ago. But it was almost as if, and the people who wrote this article, they're not the only ones saying this. People are actually wondering if he was using Portland as that's his staging ground. Well, how well did this work in Portland? And now he's moving them into Chicago. And he's already talked about moving them into Detroit. Okay, Detroiters.
Yeah.
Guess what? You're next.
Right.
I don't see them going down without a fight, though. Not trying to be funny. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I hear you. It is scary as hell. This whole thing is scary as hell. When you've got ununiformed federal officers and unmarked vans, it's surreal to me. This isn't even reality anymore. This is like a really bad movie that I've seen 10,000 times, you know?
Yep.
But this time it's actually happening. I don't know.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Would you guys want to get snatched up with me? Like get yeeted real quick?
Ask me that again. Look me in my face and ask me that. I don't even go to protests. What you mean do I want to get snatched up with you?
I'm actually kind of curious as to what happens. Like, I really want to know. I know they're not killing them, or I would like to feel as if they're not killing them.
How do you know?
I would like to feel that they're not killing them.
Okay.
But
silver lining.
But I'm really curious. I really want to know. Like what? I want to be processed. Like, I really want to sit there and just kind of like take it all in and be like, come out on the other side and tell everybody what it was like.
Wait to see if someone else comes out on the other side so they can tell their story first before you volunteer yourself for something you don't even know you coming out of. Who's giving their
here's the thing though.
Snatched up? Who's giving their
do we know? But how do we know that that's the actual real story? What if the feds like get to them and say like, if you say anything about this, we're going to get you and your family and everybody else you know and care and love about.
Okay. Now.
And you want to volunteer for that?
No. You know what?
Yeah.
In his defense,
no.
I've had the same thoughts.
Okay.
What's happening?
Okay.
What is this process? I'd like to know too. But
that would suck if I have to do the Slanted Brow by myself because I didn't volunteer to get snatched up. But
here's what would absolutely keep me from doing it is that people who were arrested for protesting past curfew in Cincinnati, a lot of them are still in jail right now.
What?
Wow. For real? Why?
So because they broke the law.
But you know what though? That's not a bad deal though.
Or maybe they're not in jail, but they're still waiting for their day in court. So,
but you know what though? What they should do is just go ahead and swoop up a whole bunch of like homeless people, so that at least they can get a shower, some clothes, and some meals every day, right?
So this took a twist, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't really anticipating.
Bernard, thank you. You have.
So that was Bernard Field's view on how we can take care of some of the poverty.
Wow. Well,
thank you and good night.
I'm rarely speechless. We just had a peek into Bernard's mind. He wants to volunteer for something that we have no proof that anybody survived as of yet. And then he found out how to
well, we'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen, or maybe not. We don't know.
Yeah, hopefully we're not blocked or something. What are we talking about now?
You know what, though? Okay, no fooling. You just said something that reminded me of a thought that actually went through my head. It's like, what did you just say? Yeah, well, they might, they might unplug our show or whatever. Okay, well, when is that day coming? Because it's plausible now. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but what I am saying is that if it is allowable to have ununiformed federal officers snatch people in unmarked vans, then how far will that go? You know what I'm saying? How far will trying to silence somebody who disagrees with you go?
I don't know.
Because that's all the protesters.
He keeps up with Twitter, so we don't know if they'll start deploying people, to people's houses who says things like he sucks or whatever. This is the worst administration ever. We don't know.
Those are true statements,
right now, we have freedom of speech, right? So.
Right. Well, I think what they could possibly be doing is just keeping them, locked up, because if they let them loose, theoretically, they're not going to pay any fines. We know that. So it's like they're going to go back out and they're going to keep protesting again. And I think they're using it. And I think that they're just having them as an example to say, listen, if we can get these people off the streets, then the people that's underneath them that are not as, gung-ho about protesting, they'll go away. But if we can capture the ones who are gung-ho, then, it makes our jobs a lot easier. But they got money for that, but they don't have money to be able to feed some homeless folk, though.
That's a better argument.
If you lock up people that are not afraid, as soon as they get out, like you said, they're going to do the same thing. So it's just going to be a cycle. Right. Now they're just going to be even more upset because you're pulling them out of something that they have the right to do. So then they're going to just come back with the vengeance. We do not, as you see, even in ways that are beneficial to us as a society, you don't have a society filled with people that are just going to lay down and do what you tell them to do.
That's right.
So
if
that is their intention, that's not going to work. That's a waste of time and money. It's not going to work.
And in essence, when you're speaking up, when you're saying that you don't like somebody and you're protesting it, what do you think the three of us are doing right now? We are protesting.
Okay.
Right.
Because that's what protesting is. Protesting is being able to stand up for what you know is wrong. You got to stand up against it. You got to push it back, or you at least have to try. Using your words is the best way to do that. We're doing it right now, the three of us.
Yeah.
A van could pull right up here, come snatch me away. Now, with what Shakina was saying earlier, I got to point the other way. With what Shakina was saying earlier, is that going to stop me from speaking my point of view? Oh no! I'll be back. I'll be back next week.
Right.
Sorry, but you can't stop me from talking. You just can't stop me from talking. And that's
what my rights are.
And if you are, that's what people aren't connecting to. What the three of us are doing right now, think of it, everyone. This is a peaceful protest because all we're doing is we're talking and we're speaking our point of view. And the three of us have very similar points of view. The three of us think that the same wrong things are wrong. We're protesting against that because we're speaking. That's peaceful. When people are on the streets and they're saying it louder, it's no different than what I'm doing right now. They're just out on the streets and they're wanting everybody and their dog to come see what they're doing right now. But that's peaceful. But I'm not trying to say that, one is better than the other. I'm just saying that they're speaking their mind and they're being carted away for it.
And what is the justification for doing that? If it's peaceful protests, what are they using to support what they're doing, or is it just like vigilante? Like, we don't care about your rights. We're just doing it because we can.
Well, I think it's tied to like the chain reaction. It's like what's the old saying that said if you lie, you steal. If you steal, you cheat. If you cheat, you'll kill. Like one leads to another. Like it's a gateway drug to pulling down the statue. And I think that that's what they're fearful of. I think they're just operating off of like, here come the protesters again, because as soon as they get finished protesting, here come the bottles, here come the fire, here come the looting, here come the rioting, here come down comes our statues. And so I feel like that they're just moving from this whole thing of like, you know what? Nobody gets to protest.
Here comes Gordy with a
very
chain.
American.
With a chain hooked up to the back of his truck. He's going to take down another statue. Thanks, Chris. That's exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Wow. You know what came to mind?
Wow.
You guys.
What's that?
I'm not saying that we should follow through on it, but Chris made a good point that we all have similar points of view, right? And there may be some people that feel that this conversation, because of that, is very unfair. I think it would be interesting to have somebody on who has a different point of view. What do you think about that?
Okay.
As long as
I don't know anybody with the different points of view, just because, like we talked about, the climate being what it is, it's like, okay, you're either for the right or you're for the wrong. So I'm not in conversation with people that have a different point of view. But I think that, you know, if we're going to be fair, that would be an interesting conversation to have with someone who has a different point of view. What do you think about that?
As long as they can do it in a way respectfully. As long as they don't say things like, you're a bunch of libtards, you're a bunch of snowflakes, you're a bunch of sheeple. You know what I mean? That's because every time, and I'm sorry, and maybe somebody's watching this right now and they want to hit me because they're thinking, well, Chris, I'm not like that at all. Okay, great. And I'm sorry, but the majority of them are. When I get into an argument with somebody online, it's like I get called these names. As soon as I get called a name, I'm like, well, I won, because they have nothing to say. They have absolutely nothing to say. If the best you can do is call me a sheeple, seriously, well, I guess we're done. If that person can have a conversation without going there, then yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Like, I literally do not know one. If they do feel that way, they're not being, you know, forthcoming with that information. I don't know anyone. I just thought that was an interesting, you know, thought. Like, do we have a way to balance it to where, you know, both sides are respectfully represented, excuse me. But I don't know. That was just interesting. I'm not saying that, I don't know how that will go, because if they go too far left and they start flinging N-words, then they won't have to worry about black vans. There'll be other things to consider. But
there'll be other things to worry about, like are we going to post their name and address online so everybody can find them?
Oh my God!
Are we going to post the name of their employer online? There's a lot of other things for them to start thinking about. Should they start slinging those words around?
Yeah.
I understand. I totally understand what you're saying. I'm different in that. Yeah, I do know people. I do know people that really have a different point of view. Unfortunately, I don't know how that conversation would go, because I don't know that they're all capable of not dumbing down the conversation with just, you're just a libtard. It's like,
so funny. Oh my God.
And I always want to look at people who say that to me online and retaliate against it, because I'm an independent voter, but I'm not even going to get into an argument with you about that, sir, because you're just saying that to try to get my goad. And guess what?
Hey,
it doesn't.
I just wanted to make you aware of something before Bernard does. We're 3 minutes over, and you see his hand, and you see how he stopped talking. That is our cue.
Shoot!
Shut up.
Oh, is it?
But I didn't hear the music.
It's about to go
I didn't
in.
hear the music.
Look, I know. Just watch. Nope. All right, Bernard, you got it. Take it away.
Okay. Well, gosh, so much to say, so little time. As every week,
No,
I almost feel like we need to
4
do.
extra minutes of time.
Yeah, yeah. I almost feel like we need to go like 90 minutes. Like no joke. Like I almost want to be like, can we just go 90 minutes? Because I feel as if we have so much to cover
We didn't get to
that we
talk
just can't.
about the special we
what?
watched. Bernard, was it
Oh,
Michael
we
Shay?
did not. Yeah, we didn't.
don't-
Man,
I don't.
was that
I
a week
don't-
ago?
Yes, that was last week. We watched after the podcast.
Oh wow, we did.
We were talking about too, and we were talking about it someday having a watch party.
Yeah,
We
that
couldn't
would be
watch
so
that.
dope.
We couldn't have that as a watch party.
Oh, that Michael Shea
Yeah,
matters.
Yeah, no.
No, some parts of it was kind of like, "Yee," but I mean, a lot of it was like, yo, it was a lot of truth slung.
Yeah.
I've actually put some thought behind the ins and outs. Would we be able to do a watch party?
Mhm.
And here's the thing: we can't broadcast the show because
Even
that
if
would
we
mean
just say,
that would mean that anybody on YouTube and Facebook can watch that movie for free, equaling we just pirated a movie off of Netflix so that everybody.
you got to get this weed out your throat for stuff that get people in trouble. Shakina didn't do nothing but show up.
Shakina let it.
An
No,
accessory. Shakina was an accessory to the crime.
Wow, Shakina was not even on the scene. How about that?
But I mean, but
No.
you know what I'm saying. So it would be something like where we could tell people, you know, if you're on Netflix or blah blah blah, which most people are, you know, here's the movie.
Bernard put me on to something last week. Maybe we can do it that way.
There
What
you
was
go.
it called? Netflix party or something?
Yep. Go to
Yeah, he put me on to that last
netflixparty.com
week,
and
and we watched something.
yeah,
We can do
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
We watched a crappy movie, but it was fun.
we
That
did.
movie was
What-
crap,
what-
Bernard,
what
that
movie?
movie was crap. Don't do it. I told
Oh,
you,
I
somebody-
forgot about it. See, look, that's how
about
garbage that
it.
movie was.
Was
That-
that the movie
no,
that you sent me
no.
the trailer for?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
movie was.
we need to do that movie.
Somebody owe her a favor. That movie was trash. We're not even gonna say what the
Yeah.
movie is. It was so trash.
But that's the
Yeah, it
fun
was
part.
crazy.
That is the fun part about doing a watch party with a movie like that. We don't want to do a watch party with like some serious movie where we're all like this,
Right.
you know, very seriously watching a film. We want to watch a movie where we're like this. What?
Right. Like, are you serious? Like, why would she do that?
Oh,
Like, I don't
do
know.
we have
That was what was happening all last week.
do we have capability to pause when we want to?
Oh yeah.
Like if something really stupid happens, we can pause it on everybody and say,
Yes.
all right. I'm going to rewind this because I want to make sure I
Oh
heard
my
that line.
God.
Right.
Yes.
I want to make sure I heard that right.
Yes.
So
That's
now I'm
gonna
going to
be
press
so
Yes.
long.
an hour
Yes.
and 48
We have that
minutes.
power.
It's an hour and 48 minutes to be exact because I looked at how long that movie is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We can definitely make that a
I'm
thing.
team player. I would be there.
All right.
For sure. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching another episode. This is episode 10, right? Of season 2. So we hit a deca.
Two.
Hey,
Season 2. We're
good
going to
job.
keep on
And we have a
going.
YouTube
Keep
page. You have to come
pushing.
to YouTube.
And you know what? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're on YouTube.
You can binge watch us.
Yep.
All 10
And we
episodes.
just all 10 episodes. And we're going to keep on going. Keep pushing. It's going to
Right.
be dope.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Man,
thank you everybody for
really, that's how we
well,
close the show.
as-
That wasn't cool.
as soon as I start saying thank you,
What?
I get the orange
That was
screen of
so
death.
bootleg.
Really?
Oh,
You know,
but
all I
Bernard,
wanted
I
to
do want
do
to
is just say-
I do want to say thank you for taking the big yellow square off of my face this week. Thank you.
I know, right? I was looking at that, the
So
previous ones. I was like, that's so horrible.
You're so thoughtful. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
nice of you to not do stuff like that.
I
I
tried.
appreciate your thoughtfulness. Making me
You know,
feel
I
like
do
I
my
had a
best.
patch
you
on
know
my
what I
eye.
appreciated?
What's
They
that?
had that weird music that was coming out of nowhere. You know, like
Oh
last.
yeah, that wrap it up music.
Yeah, it
That
was like
shut up, nobody cares anymore music.
yeah. I mean, Shakina and I
Oh.
are having a nice conversation. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's nobody cares about your conversation. Music comes on.
At all.
Yeah,
You weren't supposed to begin with.
it's the nobody cares music, and I'm thinking,
Yep.
oh,
Right.
where'd that come from?
Yep.
Kill the producer.
Yeah, who is the producer here? You know who I'm gonna blame? You know who I'm blaming?
Everybody.
No,
He gonna bring everybody down with him. Chris
No.
telling on everybody.
no, I'm blaming Kevin. Kevin, it's your fault. I'm gonna bring Kevin back in this
We
game.
really need a description of Kevin. Yeah, he's transparent about yay high.
Yeah, yeah. He's got that build, you know, with the hair, you know, that he combs.
That build.
Yeah,
You are
To the
that
side.
build.
He does. He
Thanks for
Yeah,
does
he
the
tuning
side,
in,
side
guys.
comb.
Yeah,
We
he combs
appreciate
some
it.
of his hair to the side, you know.
Oh wow.
He's got like medium eyes, I guess. I don't know.
Medium eyes.
Yeah, they're not big or little, you know. They're just kind of,
Oh wow.
you know, I just kind of there. They're